Battle Through the Heavens Season 5 Episode 135. Within the ancient ruins, Xiao Yan unexpectedly discovered the Dragon Emperor's primordial bone, an object capable of driving both the Taishu ancient dragon clan and the heavenly demon phoenix tribe into a frenzy. Unexpectedly, a random feathered bird suddenly appeared and interfered. Feng Qinger even defied the natural order, yelling at Xiao Yan to leave. Previously, within the ancient ruins, Ziyan, using the faint pressure of her Taishu ancient dragon bloodline, easily crushed Han Yinggua's guardian beast, Tong Tianjiao, allowing Xiao Yan to effortlessly claim it. However, as they prepared to depart, Ziyan sensed something calling to her from the depths of the ancient forest. Xiao Yan and the others were stunned. Ziyan's origins, the Taishu ancient dragon clan, were mysterious, and even the elders were not very familiar with them. Could there be a heaven-defying opportunity related to Ziyan within this Dosheng expert's ruins? Although more and more experts were gathering within the forest, Xiao Yan was determined to help Ziyan obtain anything related to her. A smile appeared on Ziyan's face as Xiao Yan nodded. Xianji led the way, flying towards the depths of the forest, followed closely by Xiao Yan and the others. Along the way, they encountered several powerful magical beasts. Some auras even made Xiao Yan and the others look grave. Fortunately, due to Ziyan's dragon might, the magical beasts didn't approach. After flying for a while without incident, Ziyan, who was in the lead, finally slowed down. Her gaze was fixed on a plain ahead, which appeared to be nothing but lush green grass. Could this be the place calling to Ziyan? As Xiao Yan and the others wondered, Ziyan slowly extended her small hand, reaching out to the empty space before her. Suddenly, beams of golden light materialized. Looking at the golden light, Xiao Yan's face was filled with confusion. What is this? He was told it was a beast's soul barrier, something only extremely powerful magical beasts could condense at the moment of their death. Xiao Yan fell silent. If this was calling to Ziyan, then the owner of this beast's soul barrier was likely from the Taishu ancient dragon clan. However, the moment Ziyan touched the light, her expression changed. She sensed that the beast's soul barrier not only possessed the aura of the Taishu ancient dragon, but also a hint of the heavenly demon phoenix tribe's aura. This aura was far purer than that of the current heavenly demon phoenix tribe. Could an ancient heavenly demon phoenix have also died here? They decided they had to investigate. This kind of beast's soul barrier, however, could only be opened by someone with the same bloodline. Ziyan bit her finger, and a stream of golden blood flowed out. As the blood mark was drawn, a crack appeared in the golden light barrier. Ziyan and the others quickly entered. Before them was a crimson, desolate plain. At its center stood an ancient altar, 100 zhang tall. The pressure it emitted shocked Xiao Yan and the others, causing even their Do Qi at the Do Zun level to stagnate. How terrifying must the true owner have been? At the center of the altar was a small sapling about as thick as a thumb. At its top was a fruit, half gold and half purple. The golden half, winding and twisting, resembled a Taishu ancient dragon. The purple half was a dancing heavenly demon phoenix. Xiao Yan and the others were bewildered by this strange fruit. Xiao Yan, with his knowledge, had never heard of such a treasure. Ziyan's expression, however, was unusually serious. She identified it as the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, something that only existed within the ancient ruins of the ancient dragon clan. The phoenix was not a heavenly demon phoenix, but their ancestor, the primordial heavenly phoenix. This fruit, she explained, needed to absorb the life force of a Taishu ancient dragon and a primordial heavenly phoenix, and even then, it had less than a 10% chance of appearing. Even in the records of the ancient dragon clan, it had only appeared 5 times. This was the 6th. Ziyan stared intently at the legendary Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. Turning her head, she realized that the pale colors within the crimson earth faintly outlined the skeletons of an enormous dragon and a primordial heavenly phoenix. The center point where their heads and tails connected was precisely where the altar stood. Xiao Yan and the others also noticed the pale outlines within the crimson earth, faintly forming the skeletons of an enormous dragon and a primordial heavenly phoenix. The point where their heads and tails connected was the exact location of the altar. They all gasped. The Taishu ancient dragon and the primordial heavenly phoenix were supreme magical beasts that only existed in legends. They never expected to find them here. Even as mere skeletons, it was enough to shock everyone. No wonder the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit had appeared. A Taishu ancient dragon and a primordial heavenly phoenix had perished here. However, the primordial heavenly phoenix's life force was clearly inferior to the Taishu ancient dragon's. Otherwise, this beast's soul barrier would have been dominated by the primordial heavenly phoenix's aura. "What do you plan to do now?" someone asked. The Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit was obviously extremely important, but even someone as experienced as Xiao Yan had never heard of it. He didn't know what to do. Ziyan seriously stated that they had to take the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. Leaving aside the great opportunity it presented for their ancient dragon clan, if the heavenly demon phoenix tribe were to obtain it, they would surely evolve into a true supreme being, possessing the bloodline of the Dragon Emperor. By then, the Taishu ancient dragon clan's status would surely be threatened. Xiao Yan's expression became grave. "Then hurry up and take it," he said. He was already complete enemies with the heavenly demon phoenix tribe. The stronger they became, the more disadvantageous it would be for him. Just as Ziyan was about to act, her face changed. She detected a large number of auras entering the space. This change was naturally noticed by Xiao Yan and the others. His heart sank as he saw a group of people charging in from the beast's soul barrier. The newcomers were none other than the heavenly demon phoenix tribe. Feng Qinger and the others looked around in confusion before their eyes landed on the strange fruit atop the altar. A scream echoed through the air. The Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. Upon hearing the scream, the white-haired man beside Feng Qinger's face also changed dramatically, and a look of fanaticism surged in his eyes. Seeing this, Ziyan coldly withdrew her hand. Taking the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit required a complex process, and if they didn't get rid of these uninvited guests, they wouldn't be able to obtain it. Xiao Yan understood. Since Feng Qinger and the others recognized the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, they definitely wouldn't give up easily. A bloody battle was inevitable. He softly told Little Fairy Doctor and the others, "Get ready to fight." Everyone slowly nodded in agreement. Xiongzhan cracked his knuckles, his face full of impatience. Perhaps due to his bloodline, he had long disliked these feathered birds. Across from them, Feng Qinger's eyes flashed sharply. She coldly declared, "I advise you to leave the altar. Otherwise, you will perish here today." To seize the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, Xiao Yan and his group engaged in a fierce battle with the heavenly demon phoenix tribe within the ancient ruins. Unexpectedly, Feng Qinger summoned the primordial heavenly phoenix and forcefully possessed her body. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Ziyan summoned the ancestral spirit of the Taishu ancient dragon clan, saving them from disaster. Previously, within the ancient ruins, Xiao Yan and his group stumbled upon the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, a heaven-defying opportunity coveted by both the Taishu ancient dragon and heavenly demon phoenix tribes. Just as Ziyan was about to retrieve it, a group from the heavenly demon phoenix tribe barged in. Feng Qinger shamelessly yelled at Xiao Yan and the others, telling them to get lost or regret it. Ignoring Feng Qinger's provocative words, Xiao Yan frowned as he looked over the members of the heavenly demon phoenix tribe. Among them was not only Lei Zunja of the Thunderclap sect, but also the Earth Tiger tribe's patriarch and the patriarch of the Blazing Moon Wolf tribe. Moreover, these two were genuine two-star Dozuns. In addition, there was the white-haired man and a black-robed elder. Xiao Yan had already witnessed the former's strength, and he guessed the elder wouldn't be much weaker. This meant they had 5 Dozun-level experts. Although this lineup was quite strong, Xiao Yan had the heavenly demon puppet, the recently acquired stone giant puppet, Little Fairy Doctor, Tianhua Zunja, and Xiongzhan. This was enough to contend with 6 Dozuns. Since the other side was clearly intending to force their way through, Xiao Yan immediately released the heavenly demon puppet and the 10 other puppets. The 3,000 lotus heart flame within him surged forth. He roared at Feng Qiner and the others below the altar. "Today, I'd like to see who can steal this fruit from the altar." As his voice fell, the auras of Little Fairy Doctor and the others behind him erupted without reservation. Sensing the 6 exceptionally powerful auras, the expressions of Lei Zunjia, Feng Qiner, and the others changed. Judging from their auras alone, they were at a disadvantage. The white-haired man beside Feng Qiner glared fiercely at Xiao Yan and said softly to the black-robed elder, "Elder Huang Xian, I'm afraid we'll have to ask you to make a move." Elder Huang Xian nodded slightly, his gaze fixed on the altar above, filled with greed. Heavenly Demon Phoenix Tribe," he said, "I never expected to encounter such a legendary treasure here. Leave now and I'll spare your lives." As his voice fell, his aura exploded exponentially, and a moment later, it unexpectedly broke through to the 5-star Dozun level. Perceiving this change, Xiao Yan and the others' expressions turned grim. They hadn't expected this seemingly unremarkable elder to be the strongest among the Heavenly Demon Phoenix Tribe. No wonder Feng Qiner had been so confident. Although each star between Dozuns represented a huge difference, a 5-star Dozun like Huang Xian wasn't enough to make Xiao Yan retreat. Besides, he had already made a complete enemy of the Heavenly Demon Phoenix Tribe. Even if he had to destroy the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, he would never hand it over to them. Seeing Xiao Yan's stubbornness, Huang Xian sneered. "Then stay here. Attack. Leave no one alive." Hearing Huang Xian's chilling words, Lei Zunjia and the others' eyes flashed with ferocious intent. At this moment, Xiao Yan's eyes also surged with fighting spirit. The most troublesome opponent was the black-robed elder. As long as he could restrain him, the others were nothing to worry about. "Leave the black-robed elder to the Heavenly Demon Puppet," he said. His hands quickly formed seals. The stone giant and Heavenly Demon Puppet in midair once again activated the formation they had used outside the hall. The brilliant fluorescent light surging from their bodies flowed towards the Heavenly Demon Puppet at the center of the formation. Seeing this, Huang Xian's face darkened as he remembered the power of the puppet formation. "Attack!" he shouted. Hearing this, Lei Zunjia and the others flew towards the altar. Xiongzhan roared furiously, "Wanna steal something? Get through me first." He clashed with the Charging Earth Tiger Tribe Patriarch. Watching the fierce battle erupt, Little Fairy Doctor flashed forward and intercepted Lei Zunjia in midair. With a wave of her hand, a vast expanse of gray fog spread out. Tianhua Zunjia also moved, intercepting the Dozun expert from the Blazing Moon Wolf tribe. Meanwhile, Huang Xian glanced around and said to Feng Qiner, "Qiner, you should be able to sense the opportunity in this space, right?" Feng Qinger's eyes flickered as she sensed for a moment. A look of delight flashed across her eyes. She quickly nodded. Don't worry, Elder. Leave it to me." Huang Xian said, "Whether or not we successfully obtain the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit depends on you." As soon as he finished speaking, he shot towards Xiao Yan's puppet formation. Meanwhile, the 10 Earth Demon puppets had turned a normal earthy color, clearly having transferred all their energy to the Heavenly Demon Puppet. It looked up at the approaching black-robed elder, stomped its foot, and charged out. Watching the Heavenly Demon Puppet shooting towards him like a golden light, the black-robed elder threw a straightforward punch. Under this fierce collision, Huang Xian's body trembled. Looking at the Heavenly Demon Puppet, which had been forced back 2 steps, his eyes were exceptionally gloomy. Although he could suppress the puppet, its terrifying strength shocked even him. As the black-robed elder and the Heavenly Demon Puppet engaged in an earth-shattering battle, the white-haired man instantly appeared above the altar. His ferocious aura filled the entire sky. His strength was unexpectedly also at the 2-star Dozun level. He stared at Xiao Yan with cold eyes. "Xiao Yan, today I'll show you what it means that there's always someone stronger. You're not qualified to act like a big shot among the younger generation." He unleashed his Heavenly Phoenix Overlord Fist. Facing the terrifying fist force exploding towards him, Xiao Yan easily blocked it with an earth-hardening skill. "I'm not qualified to act like a big shot? You're even less qualified. I want to see if you can still be so tough after I beat you down." With that, he instantly appeared before Xiaoyan, unleashing his overbearing fist technique without reservation. Seeing this, Xiaoyan covered his body with the 3000 Lotus Heart Flame and engaged in close combat. With each fist-to-flesh collision, terrifying energy fluctuations tore the surrounding space apart. As their fight intensified, the white-haired man's expression gradually grew serious. His true form was a heavenly demon phoenix with an extremely powerful physical body. But clashing head-on with Xiaoyan, the latter didn't seem fazed at all and fought even more fiercely. In Xiaoyan's eyes, the other party was just a mere 2-star dozun, not qualified to make him retreat. As they fought, Xiaoyan constantly scanned the surroundings. A moment later, his eyes suddenly narrowed. He saw Feng Qinger kneeling respectfully on the ground, using her blood-stained fingers to draw a strange rune. Blood as the medium, Qi as the rune, awaken the ancestral spirit, she chanted. As her voice fell, the rune erupted with brilliant light, spreading across the plain. A moment later, everyone was shocked to see the primordial heavenly phoenix's bones begin to wriggle. A desolate aura from ancient times quietly spread out. Sensing the intensity of this aura, Xiaoyan's expression changed. This is the residual power of the primordial heavenly phoenix. Just as they were surprised, this aura slowly enveloped Feng Qinger's body. Her eyes flashed with golden light. She raised her hand, and suddenly, a majestic golden light shot towards Xiaoyan. Looking at this devastating energy, Xiaoyan and the others' hearts sank. However, just as they were about to intervene, Ziyan suddenly flashed in front of them. Her normally small figure now radiated an even more terrifying might than the primordial heavenly phoenix. The primordial heavenly phoenix's ancestral spirit, she said. Too bad, my Taishu ancient dragon's ancestral spirit seems to be a bit stronger. Just how powerful was the Taishu ancient dragon ancestral spirit summoned by Ziyan? With just one strike, it completely hammered the 5-star dozun, Huang Xian, into the ground. This overwhelming display of power even scared the usually domineering Lei Zunjia into acting like a well-behaved student. Previously, within the ancient ruins, Xiaoyan and his group were the first to discover the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. Unexpectedly, they were intercepted by the heavenly demon phoenix tribe, led by Huang Xian. Feng Qinger, in order to completely eliminate Xiaoyan, summoned the ancestral spirit of the primordial heavenly phoenix and forcefully possessed herself. She unleashed a devastating attack. However, as Xiaoyan and the others were about to fight to the death, Ziyan suddenly appeared before them. The overwhelming golden light completely dissipated a few zheng away from her. At this moment, Xiaoyan and the others stared at the small figure before them in shock. They could feel an indescribable, terrifying might within Ziyan. Compared to this, the primordial heavenly phoenix was undoubtedly far inferior. Clearly, Ziyan had also summoned the ancestral spirit of the Taishu ancient dragon. Xiaoyan glanced at the 2 massive skeletons scattered around and felt a deep shock. The Taishu ancient dragon and the primordial heavenly phoenix had been dead for so long, yet they still possessed such terrifying energy. It seemed these two had at least been Dosheng-level existences in their lives. Seeing Ziyan's sudden appearance, Huang Xian and the others' faces were filled with shock. A Taishu ancient dragon. Now they finally understood how Xiaoyan and the others had entered the beast's soul barrier. Someone must have guided them. And the only ones who could open it, besides their heavenly demon phoenix tribe, were the supreme beings of the magical beast world, the Taishu ancient dragons. They just hadn't expected Xiaoyan's group to have such a terrifying existence hidden among them. However, in Huang Xian's opinion, Ziyan was just a child, not enough to make them give up. He coldly said to Feng Qinger, attack. Use the ancestral spirit to kill her. Hearing this, Lei Zunjia and the others beside him twitched. They were somewhat apprehensive of this mysterious and powerful Taishu ancient dragon clan. After all, if they found out that one of their own had died at their hands, their thunderclap sect would surely face utter destruction. However, as Lei Zunjia and the others were panicking, Feng Qinger, possessed by the primordial heavenly phoenix, nodded indifferently. She summoned a golden heavenly phoenix and shot it towards Ziyan. The sky trembled wherever it passed. Under the huge shadow, everyone felt an irresistible pressure. Facing such a terrifying scene, Ziyan clenched her fist at the giant golden phoenix, and the space around it collapsed. The golden phoenix was trapped within the collapsing space. Seeing this, Feng Qinger spat out a mouthful of blood. Empowered by the blood, the golden light on the phoenix intensified. With a few struggles, it broke free from the collapsing space and charged towards the altar again. Seeing this, Ziyan waved her hand and summoned a giant, pale purple Taishu ancient dragon. After a sky-shaking roar, it collided fiercely with the golden phoenix. The dragon twisted its body and tightly coiled around the phoenix. With a sudden clench of Ziyan's small hand, the golden phoenix was crushed into fragments of golden light by the Taishu ancient dragon's terrifying strength. As the primordial heavenly phoenix's ancestral spirit shattered, Feng Qinger coughed up blood and stumbled back. She stared at Ziyan in disbelief. She hadn't expected the invincible ancestral spirit from her ancestral records, which she had finally managed to summon, to suffer such a crushing defeat. Seeing this situation, Huang Xian's heart sank. With the help of the Taishu ancient dragon's ancestral spirit, they were now at a disadvantage. If they continued to fight for the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, they would only be asking for trouble. He decisively waved his hand and said, "Retreat." They will eventually have to leave the beast's soul barrier. Without the Taishu ancient dragon ancestral spirit's help, we'll have plenty of opportunities. With that, he quickly retreated. Seeing this, Lei Zunjia and the others quickly followed. Seeing these feathered birds trying to escape, Ziyan punched the void. Feeling the terrifying force exploding behind him, Huang Xian's expression changed. He turned and struck back with a palm, colliding heavily with the fierce force. Under this violent impact, Huang Xian coughed up blood and was sent flying. But he was lucky. Using the force of the blow, he managed to escape the beast's soul barrier. Seeing that Huang Xian couldn't even withstand a single palm from Ziyan, Lei Zunjia and the others' faces turned extremely ugly. They scrambled to escape through the crack. Watching Huang Xian and the others flee, Xiaoyan chuckled. He looked at Ziyan with amazement. Just using a residual ancestral spirit, she was able to repel a 5-star Dozun with one punch. It seemed the reputation of the Taishu ancient dragons, the supreme beings of magical beasts, was well-deserved. As the last person escaped the beast's soul barrier, Ziyan's body trembled. She was separated from the ancestral spirit's power. Her face was now pale, the possession having taken a significant toll on her. "But at least I injured that old guy," she said. "His fighting strength should be reduced by at least 2 stars. That way, he won't be as troublesome next time we meet. Don't worry, that old guy isn't capable of stealing the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. You should absorb it now, just in case something happens." Ziyan nodded slightly. She bit her finger and covered her hand in blood. Then, she carefully touched the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. The moment the two touched, the fruit turned into a golden and purple liquid and flowed into Ziyan's body. A mark appeared on her palm, looking exactly like the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit. "This thing's energy is too powerful," she said. "I can only temporarily seal it within my body. I'll need an elder from the clan to handle it later. Now that we have it, let's leave. I wonder if there are any heaven-ranked Do skills elsewhere in the ruins." Xiaoyan was also curious about heaven-ranked Do skills. Now that they had the Dragon Emperor's primordial fruit, there was no point in staying there. After flying for about 20 minutes, Xiaoyan and the others arrived back at the stone gate they had entered through. However, this time, they didn't find any trace of Feng Qinger and the others. This made Xiaoyan feel a bit regretful. Huang Xian was currently seriously injured, and he had missed a good opportunity to further injure him. However, what made Xiaoyan even more speechless was yet to come. When they arrived at the main hall they had reached before, it was already a mess, looking like it had been ransacked countless times. Seeing this, Xiaoyan and the others sped up, heading towards the center of the hall. Along the way, they encountered many treasure-hunting teams. However, Xiaoyan found it strange that these people were all heading in the same direction. Seeing this, Xiaoyan and the others exchanged glances and followed. After following these teams through several corridors, Xiaoyan's expression suddenly changed. He smelled a strong medicinal fragrance. He guessed there must be a pill storage room nearby. Hearing this, everyone's hearts stirred. In this world, pills always held great temptation, especially pills that once belonged to a Dousheng expert. Xiaoyan and the others sped up and rushed forward. "Let's go," Xiaoyan said. "I'm quite curious about these ancient pills. Let's take a look."